first week of our choreography. Now, it's actually the second part in the song. The first part of it, we're gonna work out towards the end when we decide who wants to be in what kind of position. Because the first part is the entrance and it's gonna be very position specific. So this is actually part 2 on the written choreography, but it's the first thing we were working on. And what we need to start off with is a 3-point turn to our right. It doesn't have to be really big steps. You don't have to travel very far. And in fact, it looks nicer if you don't travel so far. It kind of keeps that action right there in your torso and your hips. So we have our weight on our left foot. Our right foot is free. We're stepping out to the right. We're taking our left foot and turning to the back. And then we're taking our right foot and stepping on around. So we take one complete turn with 3 steps. That's why we call it a 3-point turn. 1, 2, 3. And so out of an 8 count, we have 3. 4 is going to be kind of a pause, and then the 5, 6, 7, 8 is a very dramatic sweep of our arms, like really get down into it. You don't want to like lean over, but just kind of bend your knees down into it like you're picking something up off the floor. You're sweeping your arms up and open overhead. From here, we're going to turn our body with clockwise hip circles. So think of our hip circles going to the front, to the right, to the back, to the left, and continuing that. Our arms are up, and as we take 4 hip circles to turn ourselves to the back, we're going to bring our arms down and then actually open them up so that we're ready to do something when we got to the back. So as they come down, they're going to come down to the hip level, but then the right hand is going out extended, and the left one is coming up and circling around and touching the back of your head. And this is after we're to the back. Swoop up, then we're turning to the back. 1 circle, 2 circles, 3 circles, 4 circles. And now my hands are in the position to start moving. So what I'm doing when I'm turned to the back, I'm going to keep that same direction of that hip circle, and I'm going to be going to my right. 1, 2, or actually it's technically 1.5 because you don't really complete around to the other side of that second leg. And when you finish out that 1.5 circle, you go ahead and flip yourself around. So now you're facing the other way. You're going to switch your arms and go with counterclockwise hip circles, doing the same thing. But instead of switching all the way around, you're just going to open up your arms. So I was kind of showing you forward and back and going back and forth between it. So let me show you what it looks like just as if you're the audience and I turn away from you and then I turn back towards you. So first of all, we have our 3-point turn. 1, 2, 3. A little pause on 4. 5, 6, 7, 8. We're turning to the back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're going to our right. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 5, 6, 7, 8. And now we're not going to turn to the back again. We're going to pose for some hip drops over here. So once we got to our left side, we've got some hip drops to do. We're going to do the kind where we're dropping our hip the entire time, but every other time we're releasing the foot. So drop and release, drop and release, drop and release. And then come back on our 7 and 8 and get ourselves kind of centered for the next thing. And when you think about that foot that was out here was the right foot, 7, 8. That means my weight should land on my left. And that's going to be super important for the part that we add on to it next week, because we need to be able to have this right foot free to do some other stuff. So that is part 2. We have a 3-point turn, we have a big arm swoop, we have turning to the back with circles, and then we travel with some circles that go to our right and then go to our left, but the entire time we're going in the same stage direction. And then we top it off with our hip drop and release. and getting ourselves ready for the next part, which we need to keep our weight on our left leg. Okay, so let's see what it looks like with the music.